Hello, my friend. Happy Tuesday. Hope that you are doing well. Amner Hunter here from amnerhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you in another video, this time around with another installment of this weekly series where I check out a bit more in depth one cool new freebie and also one deal, huge deal in this case. All right. And as usual, I will leave you all of the applicable links in the video description and the first comment, and I will also leave you timestamps in case that you are watching this video after the live stream ended. Let's check out quickly the plugins we are gonna be covering up today. First, we have this amazing free Fuzz distortion plugin by Modern Metal Songwriter. It's an amazing fuzz that cannot only be used in guitars, right? I'm gonna test it in other instruments so that you know its capabilities and sound qualities. And also we're gonna be checking out this huge new deal on the Universal Audio Dbx 160 compressor limiter, legendary compressor. And I think the Universal Audio, it's a superior emulation, authentic emulation of this awesome compressor. The Dbx 160, it's a fast compressor that reacts quickly to the audio, and we're gonna be also checking it out in different audio sources. 86% off, the lowest price ever. And now this compressor, it's native, so you don't need the Universal Audio ecosystem for it to work. You can now use it outside their ecosystem as a VST, like any other plugin, right? $39 only at Plugin Boutique. So the link is in the video description as well. Before we begin with the content, let me invite you quickly to my website, amnerhunter.com, where I have some additional freebies. You can get some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players, also some free tools such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample packs, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I am updating almost every day with content like this. Let me know if you are here in the live chat. I am very happy always to read your comments, your questions, respond to them if I can, and also greetings, anything really. So you can go ahead and also leave me a comment in the comment section after the live stream ended. All right, so let's go here to my session to show you the plugins. Let's start with the free one, right? It's called The Fuzz by Modern Metal Songwriter. Very simple to use and very effective. I think it sounds great, and I'm not sure, I saw some comments in some forums that maybe it's an emulation of the Rat. I am not sure entirely of this. It's not specified in the website, but it definitely has that vibe and the controls, right? Where you have here the distortion. So you more distortion, the more you increase it, obviously. This filter has a fatter sound to the right and thinner sound to the left, right? And of course the level is the amount of output. It's the volume on the way out. All right, double click in any parameter and it resets by default. Also pretty cool additions. You have a high pass filter here up to 450. Pretty cool. Low cut, by default it's at 0 Hertz, and this blend or mix knob from 0 to 100 as well. Very useful for some parallel processing, which I am gonna be demonstrating in this video. And of course you can turn it on or turn it off with this switch that you have. All right, so let's test it on these guitars. Let me tell you that it's before the actual amp head, right? The amplifier head, that it goes straight into an impulse response. So the guitar with the amp sounds like this. Alright, and I am putting the fuzz distortion pedal before the amplifier. Let's check it out. I'm gonna start increasing here the mix knob. By the way, it has oversampling up to 16x to avoid aliasing, especially when saturating higher frequencies, and a UI size, right, to increase or decrease the window of the plugin itself. Super fat. Great, sounds great before the amp. We can make use of the high pass to cut some low frequencies and just to distort the mid-range and higher frequencies of the already distorted guitar. It sounds great as well. And we can make the sound of the fuzz a bit thinner with this filter to the left. Before. Super fat. Super cool, this fuzz. Before. We can even increase the high pass filter till the end, 450. Around 200 Hertz, I think it's the sweet spot. To keep like the fatness of the fuzz and that type of distortion with the other distortion from the amp, it's an amazing pair of plugins to keep to have in a signal chain, I think. Sounds great, right? Let me know what you think of this. Let's check it out also, this fuzz pedal on this bass. I am gonna also use it in parallel, meaning I am gonna blend the fuzz distortion with the clean bass signal. So it's a clean DI signal. And if you use the high pass filter to make the fuzz distortion a bit thinner, and it will blend better with the bass, that it's already super fat. Clean. Pretty cool, the high pass and mix features. Right, I think it sounds great. Let's also use it in vocals, right? Because there are no rules really to use these type of distortion plugins. That might be for guitars mostly, but you can use it in many ways in other instruments. So let's check it out. Also the same concept, right? starting to add the dirty signal to the clean vocals.
And if you think you'll triumph, you blind, he's immortal, the rage, and his force for your blood.
Let's use the high pass filter.
And if you think you'll triumph, you blind, he's immortal, the rage, and his force for your blood will not stop. Long time ago his soul was removed,
clean,
and hidden for good on the bottom.
Right, I think it's also a cool use of distortion in parallel with the vocals. You can use it in snare, the kick drum, and stuff like that. And yeah, you can make a lot of creative uses of these type of plugins, I think. Alright, let's move on with the next plugin in this list. The awesome Dbx 160 compressor limiter by Universal Audio, which it's native now, and it has a huge introductory price of the native plugin, right? And this plugin reacts very quickly to transient driven audio like percussion and stuff like that, but you can use it as well in bass, in vocals, and synthesizers and stuff like that. So this plugin works great, and I believe that the most use of this plugin and other emulations of the Dbx 160 is in percussive elements, but I read that it's also highly usable and friendly to vocals and stuff like that, where you normally don't think it adds a percussive element, and it's very simple to use. Very few controls. Here you have the, let's put play here. Here you have the threshold, right? So first you have the signal below the threshold, and when you start to reduce the threshold, it will start to compress, and it will put this red light, and it's above the threshold, and then you know that it's compressing. Also, of course, you know, here is the gain reduction, right, the meter, and here is reducing, of course, the compressor, the dynamics of the signal, right? And also, you don't have attack, you don't have release. All you have, it's the ratio here from 1 to 1 all the way up to infinity, which is like limiting pretty much. So by default comes here in the number 4, and you have an output gain here to compensate any volume that you might lose during the compression. Here you can select input, output, or gain change, or which is the same as gain reduction here, and this will be set here in the meter, right? You have also here to power on and power off the plugin, and pretty cool, a blend or mix knob, right, from 0 all the way up to 100. So let's test it on these drums. By the way, there is a free trial available, so let's check it out on these drums. For instance, I'm gonna start from scratch. It gives a ton of amazing punch to drums without squashing it, without destroying the dynamics, and also adds a bit of character when you push it. Right? You immediately notice the punch. Before, very musical. And even though you don't have release time, it is very musical because you see the needle jumping like in time with the rhythm of the track. so it has a fast release time, like fixed. Let's push it more. Also, great use of this is in parallel. In the drum bus, for instance, you really crank the compression, 20-30 decibels of gain reduction, but in the parallel, and you blend the parallel channel with the original and natural signal of the drums. Great trick for super punchy yet natural drum sound. Alright, let's test also this plugin in this bass guitar. As you can see here in the waveforms, is a bit dynamic, the bass, and this compressor also manages to keep the punchy bass but very controlled with the dynamics. So let's start compressing here. And the release is very musical, like I said. Seems that reacts super well to the audio, to the rhythm and tempo of the audio, right? Even though it doesn't have a release here. I'm not sure what are the values of the attack and release of this, but it's super musical. Legendary compressor. Let's also check it out in these acoustic guitars here. Let's start compressing here. Before right, I think, I don't know if it's due to the compression alone, maybe it is. I noticed the guitars with this compressor a bit brighter, in a good way. Maybe it's due to the compression of all of the frequency spectrum, right, that it's more stable, more consistent, but it adds a nice brightness to it. Or maybe is the bit of coloration of the compressor itself. I would have to analyze that a bit further. But this definitely has a bit of coloration in the audio, right? And finally, let's test this compressor on these same vocals, right? Let's test it here. This vocal track, a female clean vocal, right? So let's start here from scratch again.
And if you think you'll triumph, you blind, he's immortal in rage, and his force for
let's go up to 20 decibels here. Compensate.
Time ago, his soul was removed, and he
you start to notice maybe a bit too much of the breathiness of the vocal, so let's back it up a bit.
And if you think you'll triumph, you blind, he's immortal in rage, and his force for your blood will not stop. Long time ago, his soul was removed, and he...
Let's check it out in context of the full mix.
And if you think you'll triumph, you blind, he's immortal. For your blood will not stop. Long time ago, his soul was removed, and hidden for good on the bottom.
Works great on vocals as well. I thought this compressor was meant more to be used on percussive elements, but I think this emulation works great on a lot of different instruments. Please let me know what you think of these plugins. I am very interested to know your opinions about them, and what do you think of the emulation by Universal Audio? The price is great, and also the other one is great, the Fuzz. Let me know what you think. I see here some people in the chat. Thanks a lot for being here, my friends. Gilson Mora Musician. Hello, Amner says. Modern Metal Songwriter. Hey, Amner. Thank you so much for checking the Fuzz out. Cool surprise. Hello, the Modern Metal Songwriter. Thanks a lot for the cool freebie, my friend. I appreciate your plugins so much. I have tested your plugins here on the channel, and really great stuff on your website. Go ahead and check the Modern Metal Songwriter's website out. I'm sure you're gonna find some great things there, and yeah, we appreciate the community. Thanks you a lot for the cool freebie, for sure. Pedro Neo Studio says, hi, Amner, great plugin, and this is also a sort of mini lesson on how to use distortion with bass, vocals, etc. Hello, Pedro. I'm glad that you find this video useful in that sense, also as a mini lesson. Yeah, you can use, like, there are a lot of rules, right? But we can also break the rules. Distortion from amps, from guitar pedals and stuff can also be used in other instruments if you know how to use them. And parallel processing is a great way to use many different processors and effects that are sometimes not meant to be used, but like who said that they are not meant to be used like that, right? Like, there are rules, but you can break them. So I encourage you to do that. Thanks a lot for your comment as well. Before we leave, let me invite you one last time to my website, abnerhunter.com, where you can grab some additional freebies, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also some free tools, like collections of guitar impulses, collections of drum sample packs, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I am updating almost every day with content like this. Thank you so much again. Saludos hasta Perú, Pedro. Si hablas español, greetings to Peru. Thanks a lot, my friends. Have a great day or night. Take care, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye bye.